Good morning, classmate and tutor. My name is Carlos Mosquera. I'm going to do my final task, and this is important course research project. I'm going to explain my research proposal. My recent problem is desertion and the student of bachelor in English and foreign language due to lack of knowledge and the skill of speaking and writing and not. not. And the statement of the problem there is in the highest desertion writing in the open at this university to different reasons, but with the high identified there is a high impact on the lack of knowledge on the English language. And another serious inconvenience for the sector educational community, identifying for the degree in English and for the language. When they're reaching the middle of this education career, the student they are freshman years, they enter university in the first semester. The university send them many content or resource in English, send them the guide activity where you have to do many activities and introduction, the methodology, and those activity, read the content, and they send you the many reference. So the student really they want to learn English and speaking English and understand English, but it's very confused with for 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 him when they see the lot of content, with a lot of content, a lot of resource. They understand. They know how the reading skills. This is complicated for him. The end, this he had this motivate and to lead this career. Another reason, on the other hand, when the student so for more years and approve, this is the first or three semester, and in the career they are the moment when they demand more knowledge in English. For example, there are many courses and many courses. There are course English conversation or writing or academic writing. This is course. Demand more knowledge in English. They don't have this ability, and they block you learn, and they as well to lead this career. This industrialization is very catastrophic for the university. Martial line, bilingualism means distant education made by technology. This is the line of research is the most appropriate to the proposal because within the methodology functions and also mention the use of information and communication and technology. For media and pedagogical and mediation and tool the foreign creation and learning. Thus, even distant learning based on bilingualism in order to improve this is required to speaking English such as speaking, writing, and listening. The interpret paradigm, this is paradigm is linked to my research because the nine to analyze the social location and transformation of their an answer to problem derived from education. And with the concrete action and evolve the communicate and in question in isolate propose and is the radical transform reality, improving the label people immersed in their reality. This is appropriate is a host on my research proposal. This is a mid research approach, and this is important and appropriate to research because involving both the theoretical and practical problems and teaching English through the university. Some students had an excellent command of the language by mean using of time day. Documentary, the third experimental, describing the qualities and the force and knowledge in English during its curricular course through the technology to such as skies. The the particular disease research miss is look at the statistic. I gave him a statistic and qualities and quantitative and qualitative as at the same time. That is the most important. My research has both both skills, and for me, for really a skill for me, this is most appropriate for my research. And explorative student, the first time of the student should be applied to the present investigation in the tape. Explorative research students is the type of student allowed the formulation of the specific problem to allow a more realistic approach for developing or the hypothesis allowing to answer questions related to initial the level of language learning and undergrade in the same level now. Population. The population, this is research proposal, and the education population had this the sample the student have the degree in English or foreign language. So which as a growing the association of the parent and student and the do lack of knowledge on the foreign language. We do lack the orientation on the design of more material tools and the in academic course. And then are design the handle without taking account and diversity of the population ascend. The education population is and focus this is research because they have the problem and knowledge and have the need to improve your speaking and writing skill. Right? The reason this is population is this is research is focused this is population. And the question about the research is how to strengthen skill English learning and then now with the training through with two or tools or as about Sky or Hangout is in the same the similar program and help can help the student to learn English in this career. The proposal added the length to the constitution and the curriculum designed to be bachelor in English or foreign language. The model virtual distance education by analyzing the state, the chart, and teaching learning process in the language. The visualization of the coverage on the offered at national level and reinforcing within the communication skill through to a Sky tool as mean the interaction and the learning. So for this is really is important. The this is course is based or focus about the distance as well. This is university's distance. This is the main reason this university. I want to try the this is learning process do and distance as well. The using the Sky analyze and training research. When using the Sky and didactic educational resource, it is possible to have individual communication as a group and to practice the four skills and speaking, reading, and listening and writing. All the practice, all the activity you can to do. This is in by the through these programs. And uses kind involving a student to share filing in classmates and writing, communicate with the teacher and another, a student face to face and practicing speaking, practicing the reading. And maybe many students have a lot of mistakes. You correct this is the student in synchronic time. In synchronic time. Basically, this is curriculum, the strategy for teaching in this course is the Common European Framework of Reference for Language English. The Common European Framework divides the learning into three boards and division that can divide into six levels. For each level, it describes what learning is supposed to being able to do reading, listening, speaking, and writing. This is more appropriate for this is as a course and this is on the university and this is research propose. And a language user can develop various degrees and competence in each is and the mind and the how describe them. The SIR has provided set is six common reference level A1, A2, B1, B, B B2, C1, C2. In the course and application, I'm going to explain about this. And the course and application through the Sky apps about the communicate the common Europe framework. They are interviewing and they are way to create a curriculum, organize it for the teaching in the proposed course for improving of the student and the abilities on the English language the student or not. Distributed teaching will be organized to A1, A2, EB1, EB1, and B2 throughout the education career. And the teacher going, we're going to do the same student for this is near about about the the course already approved. Another part of the same student already taking a tour in the university or tutor and can be they organize to tutor in this way. A student from 4 to 6 educational semester or who they had a certain amount of the credits on language proficiency will be responsible for the student or tutor by level A1 and A2 and organize the topics to be taught and learn this reference and reference. This is referring A1 and A2. And the student hold between 7 semester or 10 semester B1 and B2. But at the same time, this is a student going to the practice and then your skills. This is cool accompanying the student in all the career. They get the knowledge and they get the practice. And the teacher, the tutor teacher, we go maybe can to do exams similar to SEPTO, similar to B2, and they try to looking for the certify in B2. When a student get the B2 certified or going to the present, this is a sound, get them more knowledge about this is a sound of really different quizzes. For me, this is most important. This important activity. Um, the last thing is used we're going to use in this is activity is a survey. I'm looking for this instrument. We're looking for information for the student accept or approve this is research proposal. And an instrument on collecting data in research and will be using the survey and system allow using the carry out survey of the each student. The survey technique is widely used as research procedures. Since it's allowed to attain the elaborate quickly and differently and where the select population of the activity student and the degree and have been able to advance into period we will take in another population at once another university degree in another hood and already retiring due to a lot of motivation and a lot of knowledge. The celebration, this is survey. We are to explaining the many student the first and the sophomore and senior year. We go to share this information and they accept and take an account this is proposal research and accept and apply and the university and curriculum university. And for me, it's just a great idea.